Hello YouTube, welcome back. Today I'll be doing another episode of the Community Talk Show, and today's topic is going to be strobes and seizure prevention. Let's get started. Alright, so let's dive in. First of all, every single enthusiast at this point should know that fire alarm strobes in buildings are usually synchronized to prevent somebody from having a seizure. That's just common knowledge at this point. Everybody should know that. And unsynced strobes are generally in the community stereotyped to cause seizures. Now, that's pretty much true in most cases. However, there's a lot of misconceptions and myths that I'd like to clarify in this video. First of all, not everybody with epilepsy will have a seizure immediately when they see a strobe. Epilepsy is just the tendency to have frequent seizures. It's not that it's the tendency to have seizures because of strobes. It's just the tendency to have seizures. There's a multitude of different triggers for epilepsy, whether it's like all sorts of things. I can't name every single one because there's so many, but one of these triggers is photosensitive strobes, and these people have photosensitive epilepsy. So photosensitive epilepsy is basically what the name suggests. It's people who are sensitive to flashing lights, and they can have seizures because of that, obviously. And that's basically why strobe lights in buildings are required to be synchronized, because they don't want people to have seizures when a fire alarm is going off. However, in the community, a lot of people seem to have this idea that anytime anything flashes, they must put a disclaimer over everything, and they just go crazy and ballistic and everything. So, I mean, it's okay to be extra cautious, but what I don't like is how sometimes I will make a YouTube video from 5 years ago, and then somebody will leave a comment saying, "This is selfish because oh my god, this is selfish. You did not put a disclaimer for people with photosensitive epilepsy. This is so selfish." And I mean, no, yesn't. I mean, technically, it's always good practice to put a disclaimer just for liability reasons, should somebody be unintelligent and watch a fire alarm video when they know they have seizures because of strobe lights. However, it's not necessary for some things, because for somebody with photosensitive epilepsy to have a seizure, there has to be more than 5 flashes per second. So think about that. There has to be 5 unsynced flashes per 1 second to cause a seizure, and a single strobe probably isn't gonna do that unless you put a true alert 1,000 volts. So generally speaking, a single fire alarm strobe is not going to cause a seizure. However, if you're going to do a New Year's celebration or something that involves a lot of strobe lights, well, yeah, obviously you're going to want to put a disclaimer on your video, because it should not take a genius to figure out that a lot of fire alarm strobes may go past 5 quick flashes per second, and you may be held liable for doing that. I probably should have researched the legal stuff about this beforehand, so let me do that real quick. I'm back. I couldn't find much information on it, but don't take this as legal advice, but I'm pretty sure you're in the clear, because should somebody file a lawsuit against you for saying oh my god, you did not put a strobe light warning on a video with fire alarm strobes, I'm pretty sure you would be fine. However, it's just probably good practice to make sure people understand that, yes, there is going to be strobes in this video, just in case you are sensitive to these strobes. So, yeah. Also, don't spread false information about this. For some people with epilepsy, it's just very irritating to be stereotyped, because, for example, I know a couple people in the community who genuinely have epilepsy. They definitely get pretty mad whenever somebody, they tell somebody and they're like, "Oh my god, how are you even a fire alarm enthusiast if you can't deal with flashing lights? I mean, you're epileptic, right?" Well, yeah, that's kind of an insensitive thing to say. But yeah, just try not to, assume that just because somebody's epileptic, they automatically have a bad reaction to flashing lights. However, in a lot of cases, they will. So yeah, let's go over the summary of the video. For somebody with photosensitive epilepsy to have a seizure, there has to be at least 5 flashes per second. Only people with photosensitive epilepsy will have the tendency to have seizures because of flashing lights. And just put a disclaimer on your video. It doesn't hurt, and don't go after people if they don't, because they probably just made a mistake or they just don't care. Alright, thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It was kind of disorganized, but I hope you at least learned something. Alright, see ya.